Hi, and welcome to the 2015 A Teacher's View Book Fair. We're here with two of our young authors that are being displaying their books today. We have Rachel Grant and we have Naomi Grant. Rachel, tell us a little bit about your book and why you're here today.
Well, a little bit about my book. So it's about a girl who goes on a very extremely cool adventure.
I have a degree, like I have a degree in business development, nonprofit consulting. I've had my license for real estate for over 15 years, been a notary for over 20 years. So I've experienced what a lot of people that are starting their business or have their own business is about to embark on. So a lot of times when you walk into the bank, most of the people that you're sitting in front of, they don't have the background, so you kind of want to challenge them on the information that they know. So I talk about that as well. Talk about the different entities. Outside of a sole proprietor, that's where we originally start, is as a sole prop, but then talk about how that doesn't provide you with what you need to know as far as being as an LLC, a LP, a C Corp, a S Corp, a pass-through corp, what entity that you need, a nonprofit. So it goes into more details in regards to those type of entities. So it takes from me being in business myself, what my journey was, things that people didn't want to tell me in the beginning. So it's kind of like, you know, running to the wall yourself and find that information, because a lot of times we don't want to share our experience because either we're embarrassed because of how we had to start. And the other aspect of it is that if we don't share that information, how can we expect the next generation to grow? A lot of times you can't pay for the college information. So what I did was I just did a compact version, and then I do consulting on the outside of that. So I just want, really I wrote it for young people, but it's for anybody that's in business. So if you're getting ready to start, I always say, first of all, take note, because that's basically what it is, my note-taking for over 25 years. So it's kind of like me just condensing it and putting it into the book just to give an oversight and an overview of how you should get started and things that I feel that you really should know before you embark on your business. So
Writing.
Wow, that's awesome. So that's like parents encouraging their kids to use their imagination, which is a part of our book club. We're going to go over here to Naomi Grant. Naomi, I see you have your book too. Tell us the title of your book and what inspired you to write your book.
My book is called My Mom's an Octopus, and what inspired me to write my book is, like, after I came home from school in my dance practice from Miss W, I always used to see my mom just doing all these stuff, and then once she would brush my hair, another day she would cook dinner.
Testament church. Okay, all right, whatever you say. Yeah. And then when you pray for people,
then she'll brush Rachel's hair and then set the table, and then I said, like, wow, how does she do that? And then I started writing all the ideas that I had, and then my mom said, oh yeah, you should write a book out of those ideas, and used to call it My Mom's an Octopus.
Wow, how inspirational. Thank you so much for that. I guess her mom is an octopus would be me. But we want to thank you ladies for coming out. I see you have your t-shirts on called A Teacher's View Book Fair. And if you can dream it, you can achieve it is the literacy program slogan. And it's called Literacy is Everything. So we encourage you to make sure that you come out to our 2016 Teacher's View Book Fair. Make sure that you start to inspire and encourage your children to be the best that they can be. You can also go to powerswomensnetwork.com. You can click on programs and you'll be able to enroll your child in our summer camp book program. We'd like to thank you ladies for coming out to the Teacher's View Book Fair, being a part of it. And has it inspired you to continue to be authors?
It's trying my best to get America to change the history books. What our kids and your kids read is so wrong that all they know is that we were over here as enslaved. And if they would check history, they would know we were here. People of color were in America thousands of years before Europeans came to us. Absolutely. And it's so unfair for this history to be taught. It's unfair for, say, that Columbus discovered America. It's so unfair for all the wrong things that are things that our kids are learning. And if they know who they were, it would give them the pride that they need, because, you know, there's nothing more prideful than knowing who you are and where you came from. And when you read history books, when our kids take history, I'm sorry. You know what?
We'll just edit that out.
I just get so excited about it. My mind is racing about all the things that I want to talk about. But you stopped having it.
Things are prevalent in young people, and I want to make sure it's really from an emotional point of view. And a lot of kids don't understand why is this happening to me, and it's not all about you. And this is one of the journeys that Portia had to learn to accept. You know, like we have to learn to accept certain things like sickle cell anemia traits or high blood pressure, like Apostle Ward said, runs in your family, glaucoma. I have to deal with these things in my life. And it's not all about you. It's what God has planned for you.
And we are going to talk to a dynamic lady right now. She's going to let you know a little bit about herself, what she's here for, and what she's going to be doing next around the corner.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Dr. Patricia Lyons. I'm a retired teacher, retired principal, retired counselor, and whatever else. And I'm a retired mother, father, and everything in the neighborhood. I've been working with the community for over 40 years, and I'm here because I met a nice gentleman once upon a time in the North Valley, and he was a teacher there. I was very inspired by him and the work that he did, and his name was Reginald Graham. So that's why I'm here to support him today and all his venues, and also he invited me here, and I am inviting him to come to my opening, which is a 501c, which I got a lot of it from him because he encouraged me along the way.
We're here with Mr. Casey Cummings, who's a part of the CA Game Changers. And what brought you to the book fair today? And tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to attend the book fair today. What we are is, my name is Casey Cummings. I'm the director of the pregame activities for the Collegiate Athlete Game Changers, cagamechangers.com. What we are is we're a nonprofit organization. What we try and do is we try and help scholar athletes in the community. Trying to help scholar athletes, not students necessarily, but students who are scholars and athletes, get a good opportunity to succeed in what they're trying to do and achieve their goals from an athletic and academic standpoint.
That's phenomenal. That's absolutely phenomenal.
So what I did is I took, this book is about those stories. I tell these stories. I did the research part. I said, coming up with the most admired and on down, and what I call the quality characteristics of behaviors, or these are the reasons. You know, just from the multitude of people that are, and different kinds of people, whites, blacks, young, old. I got some international people from the South, all over the country. So I started looking for the threads of commonality in terms of the reasons.
Hi, and welcome to the 2015 A Teacher's View Book Fair.
Work accordingly to improve it, or take another step back and look at it, you know, from a different perspective. But your first job is to determine, why am I getting this pushback? What's the value of it? Is it real or is it not? Okay. So if you get an editor to read your book and says, you know, a black detective, I don't buy that. You know, who's going to buy that? Who believes in that? You know, whoever heard of a black private investigator? That's not valid. Okay. If you hear that kind of criticism, if somebody's just questioning the very premise of what you're writing, like your book, if they were to say to you, Charles, you know, nobody's going to read this, that's not valid criticism. You can't let that kind of thing stop you. But if they say, you know, it's a good book, but this doesn't work, I'd like to see more of this, that, those are the kinds of things you have to.
We're here with Mr. Charles Barnes, who is the author of Stabilizing Your Ladder. Mr. Barnes, can you please tell us a little bit about what brought you to the book fair today, and a little bit about your book?
Oh, sure. I will be happy to share with you. And thank you for inviting me to share this moment with you. The book is about God and His intervention in our lives. See, God talks to all of us. He intervenes in our lives and helps us to get the best out of life. Therefore, if we listen to God or talk with God, He will allow us to hear Him and go in the best direction. This is what the book is about. It's telling how God allowed me to go in the best directions, even when I was a child. And His direction brought me to this point where I am in life right now.
So I just, so we have something here for everybody today, but I just wanted to say, two of my blessings that I wasn't supposed to have because of cancer. So now God said, don't let that be your hindrance. And so therefore I was blessed with two other daughters after my oldest daughter, who is 23. She's not here, 22, but she's an animator as well. So I do strongly believe that things that we get imparted in, and then we impart them into our children, and we use that to continue to raise every generation that comes after, and therefore we talk about riches and things like that, but what about generational wealth? We talked about
Amen.
Generational curses, but the thing about it is, like I said, I was blessed with them, but within the last 5 years, I've lost like 5 siblings under the age of 50 for some reason. And when I turned 50, I was holding my breath. I was like, okay, am I gonna go at 50? So it's kind of like what you were saying. I was listening to what you were saying earlier because I never thought about the cancer, and had the BRC gene test to where it's nowhere in my gene.
Praise God.
So I thank God for that, and that's when I said, okay, forget the tamoxifen, I'm not doing it.
Praise, don't do it. You don't have to.
Not doing this because, like you said, if certain here behind the Powers Women's Network and Rising Star Music Awards banner, which are the sponsors of the 2015 A Teacher's View Book Fair. We're here to listen to authors, talk about their books, as well as listen to our kids that have inspired and have written books. We thank you so much for tuning in. We look forward to you giving us your views on our 2015 A Teacher's View Book Fair. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you at the top.